Hey people, it's about 5:45. I'm gonna try to get this up before New Year. It's not gonna be easy because there's a lot of loud traffic out there today. But this is a New Year song, and I put most of the hype up into this in that last movie on Azazel. But this is just 9 lines here in Psalms 98, and it's a letter. It's a letter from the ruler of Babel to the Pope. And you can see here to his papacy, backwards and forwards after the attack. So I'm gonna get another movie up, and I'm gonna go through the letter chart, and I try to put all three of these in a folder. But anything comes after this attack, this is stuff you don't learn in Hebrew school because they don't know this, obviously. Anything comes after this attack is read backwards and forwards. So this isn't APSI. This is ISPAPSI. And the Cleese is the ancient word for the church, the Cleese, papacy. And so everything that comes before this Pesach, when I get here, I'm going to read it all backwards. And this comes up several times in this letter. And anything that ends with an M, a final M, is a S right here. And I'm going to read this as a S, as in arose. And so all these psalms are letters to the Pope, telling him how they're going to take him down in his holiness, the feds, FDS, and the feds too. Pope was the feds. And so this, the spellings change up all throughout, and this is a big reason, because the punctuation has you read them forwards and backwards, and it shows the genius of the poets, and they totally destroyed it. And the translations are totally destroyed. But this is Mazemware, MZMWR, like amazem. It amazemware. Mazemware, sir. Sir is somebody of importance, and you can see it here. USR, to sir, the commander, the captain, the officer, the prince. And you can see it in the spelling of Jasher. You know, Jasher means upright. It'll just be ISR. The sir make the rulers, leaders, the princes. That's where your word sir come from. The leaders, rulers, taskmasters, captain, commander. This is just SR. SAR, it's sir. You can see the little dot above the S here. It means it's just pronounced S, not sh, but sir. The sir, the captain, the commander. And so it says Mazem, where sir, to live, LIEVE, to live. And then backwards, evil, EVEIL, evil, where is rooms from, RUMZ. It amazes them where sir to live. If the people only knew where sir to live, it'll amaze them. The evil, where is WRIS, where is rooms from. And then as you would start a letter, sir, 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 the sir of importance. Heads, HDS, sir, heads give, and then backwards and forwards. To a lippin, to ALPN, to a lippin. When somebody's giving you some schooling, they're giving you to a lippin, play. To a lip and play, then backwards the other way, PLA, to play what? The sir, heads give to a lip and play what? To a lip and play what? And the T goes with what to see or whose. OSC, this is where sweet comes from. All your sugars end with OSE. But who's Hush, EUSH, the dot on the side here? The Hush Joe will to Jimmy New. And so Joe is where your word G.I. Joe come from, J-O-E. The Joes, the blind ones that'll follow your orders, that'll get it done, have gained the victory, the Joe. And so the Hush Joes is the ones that are trying to shut up the word. They're trying to block this information. And backwards and forwards, W-L-U, will to Jimmy New. And so Jimmy is just anybody in the story. You know, it's anybody, Jimmy, anybody new. And so Jimmy is also the days, will to the days new. Sometimes they say it means the right hand, but the Joe is the right hand. They got this mixed up. And Jimmy is the others, the ones that they were trying to hide the information from. And zero, see, feds to. And so this has a lot of meaning. You know, the zero is said to mean the seed, and they'll change the spelling of it with the O and the U. They'll switch it up. But it means zero, the shape of a seed. And the zero, see, the feds to. The feds are also the codes and the feeds, the ones who control your food. The video you issue to, laying the geise of Gillette's side of two. And so the video, I read this in my last movie. The video is my book. And it's the connection through make see. The E, the, Vav, connect, D, through, Yod, the works to make see. It's where your word video comes from. This is what I'm doing. This is the connection through make see. So you can see what I'm reading. I make videos, my book. The video you issue to laying of seeing the geise. The geise is where your word disguise come from. The geise, it's the front that you're trying to put up. The geise of Gillette's side of two. And so the Gillette's is an ancient word for, it was a sword. It was a big cusp-shaped sword, was a Gillette. The X is the TS, so it's the GLE, T, and then SDQTU. And so this XDQ, you'll see this in a lot of words, as in decide, of the judge, righteousness, what is right. You see this XDQ in it. And it doesn't mean that that's what it means. It's the interpretation they give it. Because like I say, they're trying to hide this from Jimmy. And then this word, Zachar. This is the first word on page 1 of the Bible. And he said he made them male and female. He made them Zachar when fab two. This gives you a better idea of what it means as he remembered. The Zachar is the tool. The Z is a tool. Ka, to give, and R, first. The tool to give first is your mind. And the Zachar has due to dish recause. To dish, to dish it out. Zachar, the mind has due to dish it out, to recause the woman to, and his faithfulness. W-A-M-U-N-T, the woman to. The woman to love it, his ruler of. Cleese papacy. The cleasis, that have to do with the church. The clease is said to mean a calling. Cleasis is a call, a calling. And you got the calling, everybody, the preachers, if you got the calling, the cleasis, klesos, the clease. having to do with the church, having the calling. Call to the papacy. The Cleese papacy share rights RX, the rights to issue at annihilate, to destroy. And shout joyfully, hear you, ERYOU, hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Here you live, the culture, the arts, Pishu, wherein new to use more to. And so this is the one that got me here. I told y'all before that Pishu, this is the name I go by, Pishu. Me and my dad, we used to work for this man. He was a wise old Greek man. He couldn't read and write English, but he read and write 7 other languages. And my dad told me, he says, I don't know why he likes me, because my dad's a total slob, and this dude, he had many businesses and everything. It just has to look pretty. It doesn't matter what's underneath, but it has to look pretty on the outside. And we couldn't understand why they were such good friends. And he said, my dad says, I don't know why, but he says Pishu is an honorable name. And so that's when I later found out that Pishu in the writings, the Czech writings, Pishu was the ruler of Babel. And so Pishu is your Greek word for a cubit, which is actually a ruler. It meant 12 inches. They try to confuse that to jam it over the writing, but it's the distance between your wrist and your elbow is a Pishu. It's a ruler, 12 inches. And that's the way they mix all the words up. Everything fits. And here you live, the culture, the arts, Pishu, wherein new to use more to. And so that's me. I'm Pishu, and I knew wherein new. I knew there was more to it. Wherein new was more to. And that's the same words I used in that video. I don't know if it was the earlier or the one I posted yesterday, but I just knew there was more to this book. And here you live, the culture, the arts, the Pishu, where new was more to. WZMRU was more to. And then Zimmer, to live, beckon, where, in, can, where. Anytime you see words doubled up, they look like the same word, slow down and read them again, because they have a different meaning. The Zimmer, to live, beckon, where, in, can, where. And so a Zimmer, to live, a Zimmer is ancient Teutonic word meaning a room or a chamber. The room, the chamber, to live, beckon, where, in, can, where. And beckon, a gesture, meaning to come on, to beckon. Make a gesture with the hand or the head, encourage someone to come near or to follow. And so the chamber, to live, in, can, where, beckon, where. Where, in, can, where, to encourage someone to follow. And fools more, QULZMRE, and fools more. And you see all the different words they have for psalms here. ZMRE is a psalm, and a ZMRU is to sing, and a sir is to sing, and a mesomware is a sing, a psalm, sir to sing, sir. So the chamber live and can wear beckon wear to fools more. So this word fool, it's got its meaning changed, because the fool used to be the ace. It was the most powerful card in the deck. If you look at Satero, you'll see the fool. He's got more power than the king. He was brighter than the king. In hex, share what? You see a double X. You know, HX, the hex is, they often give that the court, the place of the lawyers in hex. But in the hex, share what? XR, share what? In X, share what? To full super. Hear you of ping, of place. Hear you of place. And then reads all backwards again. And I think he was trying to show off in this short letter to the Pope his genius. That's why he used so many of these in this writing. In pol voyeur, repusal of what torches hub them like you. In pol voyeur, you know, voyeur's a peeper and who's watching. In pol, who's watching. Repusal, you know, they mix up the P and the F. They use the P for the Q, and it's refusal. In pol voyeur, refusal of what torches the hub, the center, what burns the center, them like you. And this word for king, this is not king, this is a word for elected. You know, EM is them, LK is like. And if they don't like you, they don't elect you. The word for king or is Kaiser throughout the Bible, is Kaiser. That's a king, the one who has supreme power. But them like is an elected president, them like you. In hex, share what? To fools. Super above the super, the fool super. You know, the fool is above the king. The fool super, hear you. Of ping, of place in pol voyeur, the watcher. Refusal of what torches center them like you. Arose thissom law, tavel who chevy be. So arose, to rise up, let the people roar. This tuum, connected from tuum, thissom law, the world who chevy be, same word. Who Chevy? Chevy is a word that means with you. Chevy is an ancient African god that means the God that is with you. But to Chevy means your sword on your side, your gun on your side is your Chevy. It's where you got your word Chevrolet. You know, it's the power that was with you is Chevy. And the W-Y is why. It means ancient English, and it's why or who. Who's Chevy? Who's the tavel, the world who is with you? B, and B or V is B is in life. In life. If you conjugate B, you know that's what it means, is in life. To be or not to be. Arise this law, law, the world who is with you be. And so the fool, you know, he was a lot smarter than the king, and he had a way of making the king do things. It's the same thing that goes on today. You know, which one you think is the king ain't really running things. There's one that acts like a fool, and he's actually controlling the party, and they don't even know it. They appreciate him being there because he helps out often. And make sure you go through this, because I forget often, and look at their interpretations for what the words really are. But this is near what time of. NERWTIMH. You know, the H is the same as the E. The E and the H trade up, same as the P and the Q. But the near what time of backwards and forwards to pick up. It took me a while to figure out why they said this was hands. Near what time of pick up jihad? Jihad, they say, is a religious war, to JHD. To pick up jihad. Near what time of to pick up jihad? That means right now. It's time we need to have us a religious war and religiously get rid of our government. Arise, E-R-I-S. The jihad arise. Wear anew. Make run new. R-N-N-U. Make renew. Renew. The time for a jihad to arise and make renew. We don't need to stop Kamala from being president. We need to renew our whole government. The whole thing is screwed. All your senators, most all you Democrats, and a huge chunk, or probably all the Democrats and most all the Republicans, they're all dirty. Of ping. This is either of place or lipping. The lipping backwards and forwards. Now it's E-V-E. Y-E-W-E. The lipping have you. Of place have you. Give. Ka. Ka. To give hand. The giving hand. To give. Ve. In power. B is in and A is power. Of the place have you given power. Of spot, of spit, of the language, spit. Of spit hears is put, the love it veil, the love it to skin inside of. You love the skin you're inside of. You love your worldly body, the world, the love it veil, VL is the skin inside of. To amiss, to is omit. It comes from amiss. To amiss in miseries. Of the place have you given power. Of the spit, of the language hears, is put the love in skin. Put the love in skin, to love yourself inside of. To amiss, to erase in miseries. And so all this has a lot more meaning to it, but here you live, the culture hears, and this is PXHU. You know, PX usually give it scatters, as in a pitchfork, a pix, but it's a X is also a TS, and so it's puts. The culture hears, puts who, where run new. Where renew, to use more to. And so court jester, you know, that was the fool. And he was used by the king. He was at all the important meetings, and he was there to make light of things when things were getting tense. You know, when the king was at a meeting with another king, the jester's job was to watch everybody's mood and make sure that things weren't getting too out of hand. Make sure he calmed things down. And he was the fool, and he's known as the ace. Alright, I'm going to cut this off here. Happy New Year.